What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Episode 74. Spinny, who do we got? Tell me.
We got
I
the
think we
Bryant
skipped this
McKinney
person.
episode. This is the
Bryant
guy
McKinney.
that I thought I'd throw out there. Also for
Don't do
RIP
it.
RIP purposes, Oli Udo. Nice lineman that just got hurt for the Vikes. He is also number 74.
Nice lineman.
He's a
You
nice
don't think
guy. He's a
Oh,
nice
nice.
guy.
Okay. Nice guy.
He's a
Sweet.
nice guy. Let him
Okay.
be.
I'm sure he is. You know what? I actually got a trivia question for you. 74.
You know what's funny though?
What?
That's gonna have to wait until after this.
All right, y'all. We're going to talk a lot of NFL today. But before we do that, I got to quickly shout out our Minnesota Twins by headline. Go Twins. Guardians are up 2-0 right now, so they might win tonight. But tomorrow we have the chance to clinch the division, get it done. I will be there, so it's going to happen.
You think just because you're gonna be there, it's gonna happen?
Yep.
That's
I bring
tough.
the magic.
Are you gonna ask me this question
Yes,
that I've been
the
waiting
question.
so long for? Or?
Here you go. The second highest scoring Super Bowl game of all time had 74 points. Which Super Bowl was it? It was in our lifetime. $74 points, second highest scoring Super Bowl of all time. It was within the last 10 years. I'll even go.
So I watched this game live.
You 100% watched this game. 100%. I feel like that's a good hint the way I said.
Is it the 28-3 game? Is it Pats Falcons?
No, that's a decent guess.
That's my guess.
You're half right.
So it is the Patriots. The Patriots had a high score. Oh, Philly.
Choke Nation, Nick Foles.
Philly and the Patriots. Duh.
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah. I mean, Brady threw 500 in that game. So.
Yeah, he did actually. That was definitely the best performance I've ever seen by a losing quarterback.
5 Bills.
Oh, all right, Spinny. I got a couple headlines for you though to
Let's
start this episode. Colorado versus Colorado State. 9 million people tuned in to watch that one.
That's wild, really? 9 million?
Fifth highest college football game of all time.
And that was a 9 p.m. start time on a
9
Friday.
p.m. And went to double T. That went till like 1:30 a.m.
I know, because we stayed up watching
it. So did I.
Yeah, I stayed up watching it with you, buddy.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were with me. What do you think? So they're not. No way they beat Oregon, right? Because I know you've been kind of rooting for Colorado this year, but I know since dating back to last year, you root for Oregon too. So
I'm gonna root for Colorado in this game just because like I'm at the point where like I'm just gonna.
Why not?
I'm just gonna like unapologetically root for them. But I think it's probably Oregon. Bo Nix has looked really good this year. Again,
21-point favorites.
Backed it up again after being trash. All of a sudden, got amazing, and then backed it up. Good. And I called it. Just saying.
Yeah, and you called it. I guess give you props there.
Thank you. But we're taking Oregon. Yeah, Oregon's probably gonna win, but I'm gonna still cheer for Colorado.
Yeah, I'm totally in agreement. Injuries, man. More have popped up across the NFL. We lost Nick Chubb. Gruesome knee injury. Please do not watch it. If you somehow never seen the video, don't watch it. Not worth your time. Trayvon Diggs tore his ACL today as well. That was in practice then, right?
Yeah.
Nuts.
Absolutely nuts. Also,
I feel like, okay, do you think there's actually been a lot more season-ending injuries this year? Or Is this just something we always say every single year?
I think it's something we always say. I don't think there's
I
been
agree.
that many this year. Some
I've
years
been
there is that many, but this year I don't think there's
right.
been that many. No, where
I
it's
see it's just big names, so that's why everyone feels like
yeah.
it's a ton. But it is terrible, but it's football. What are you gonna do?
My volleyball world shout out for 30 seconds. Alexis Stuckey,
Let's see it.
probably the best setter in the country, plays for Florida. Tore her ACL mid match against the number one team in the country. They were up 2-0 on Wisconsin, who's number one right now, and she tore her ACL, and then Wisconsin reverse swept them 3-2. So absolutely tough looks for her. Yeah, it was a gruesome one. That's another one you don't want to watch if like her knee was just she jump set and landed on one leg and just yeah.
Oh, I can imagine.
It was
I can
not.
imagine.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to those three, man. Hopefully they can fight back, and we're rooting for y'all. We're rooting for y'all. Other news though, the Vikes traded for Cam Akers. We did a late round pick swap. I heard it was conditional as well based on snap count. I don't remember the numbers. What Akers has to hit. I think it was like 60%. Don't quote me on that. What do you think of this trade, Spinny? I'm down for it, especially
I
if
I like it, but we were at volleyball last night and I was talking to the photographer for our team who's like a pretty big football fan and like knows what he's talking about. So we discussed quite a bit. And he hated it. He was like, "We already have this man was trying to convince me that Miles Gaskin is better than Cam Akers." And I just
Miles Gaskin's back on the roster. I thought we cut him.
oh, really? I thought he was on the roster.
Maybe I saw we cut him, so we could have
Oh,
definitely
maybe
re-signed
I'm
him.
wrong then. But in any case, I think Cam Akers is a good player. I think Sean McVay hated him for some reason that I don't know. Maybe there's some stuff we don't know about.
We'll probably
But,
never know.
but
Yeah.
KOC was there and wanted him. And I don't know what it was with Sean McVay and him, but it just wasn't a thing that worked out. So and especially as our second running back, like Madison needs a little change of pace, guy, some weeks. Like some weeks he's on and we're gonna give him 20 carries, but some weeks it's just not quite there and we need a little bit of a different option.
Yeah, no, I agree. And Akers last year, he finished the season weeks 12 to 18 as the highest graded running back in the NFL. And the last three games of the season, three straight 100+ yard games. So he is capable, but obviously it's all going to come down to our line. Let's be real. Our guards and
Well, yeah.
centers, if they can improve their run blocking, I don't know.
If we could be healthy one time, too
That
on our
obviously
line,
that's the biggest
that's the
case.
name.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess I'm not like that's the name of the game in the NFL. So
yeah, it is what it is. All right, let's talk about week
we
two.
do have Miles Gaskin on the roster, by the way.
We do.
He's
Okay.
listed as running back 3, though. Ty Chandler is listed as our RB2, and Akers is currently RB4. So
Okay. All right. Makes sense. Midweek trade. So, all right, week two. This week, we're going to kind of discuss a game or team of the week, kind of something we watched that stood out to us. Spinny, what do you got, man, for this week? Who gets your stamp?
my stand goes to a game that I had some investment in, but
Get
Giants
out of
Cardinals.
here.
Giants Cardinals. That was a game
Gross.
that I don't think a lot of people had views on. I don't think there was a lot of eyes on this game, especially Cardinals go up 20-0 at halftime, right? And it's like, okay, this is gonna be over. You were texting me already telling me it was over, blah 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 blah
I
blah.
jinxed them. I
Yeah.
jinxed them.
Then
Oh,
Jones scores a touchdown early in the third. It's 20-7. I'm like, okay. But then Arizona scores again, and it's 28-7 with 9 minutes left in the third. And I'm like, this is over. This is over. Yeah, I know. CMC touchdown.
yep.
Yep.
Sorry.
This is over. And then, yeah, 20. Wow, math is hard. 25, 4, 24 unanswered points by the Giants in a 31-28 win. So that was an
Unreal.
unbelievable performance by
I
them.
was
And
so mad. I was so mad.
the second half of the game was very good.
Oh, it's literally my fault. I was so mad. 11 people would have been eliminated
Yep.
in our Survivor League, man. That would have been amazing.
Nope.
Ah,
Nope. Giants come back. Let's get it. The pick against the Cardinals streak continues.
Literally, and it's going to continue again this week,
Yeah.
100% against the
Yep.
Cowboys.
Yep.
That's the locking in game, by the way. Hardys and Hardos. You
Is
need
it?
a
I
winner
feel
this
like
week.
there's a couple more as well. I feel
There's
like
a
this is
there's
kind
a
of an easy week.
there's a couple good ones, but I'm
Like
saying
the
like,
game tonight, I very much consider the game
oh,
tonight because
oh
I
yeah,
felt
for
like that
sure.
was a straight lock as well.
Niners was a lock too.
Yeah.
I just
Ravens have Colts at home. Lock
that's a
City.
lock. Yeah,
Lock City. Even Broncos going to the Dolphins. I feel like that's fairly Lock City
for the
as
Dolphins,
well.
right? Yeah,
Dolphins at home. And then, yeah, Chiefs at home against the Bears, 12.5-point favorites. Lock City. And then, yeah, Dallas at the Cardinals. But even on the road, they're 12.5-point favorites.
on the road, 12.5 at point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking the boys, man. I'm a boys fan for 1 week.
I feel like there's a lot of games this week that should be locks.
No, I totally agree. My stamp, week 2. I'm shouting out the other 2 teams that came back from double-digit deficits. The Giants were the one. The other 2 were the Falcons. Let's go. Came back and beat the Packers. We love seeing that. They were down 24-12 entering the fourth quarter and came back to win. Let's go, Spinny.
That was
We
a
love
good
it.
game. That was a
It
fun
was a good game. You
I
love seeing all NFC North teams go down on the same week as the Vikes. You love seeing
yes,
that.
it made our 0-2 start not the worst ever.
Right.
So
Yes. Other game, Broncos were up 21-3 in the second quarter to the Commanders at home. Blow it, lose 35-33. Man, I don't even know what to make of this. These are 2 teams that aren't very good, so like I can see how that one built a lead and the other one came back.
quick
A
quick
lot of
comment
offense
from
in this
that
game, though.
game I wanted to bring up. Did we all underestimate Eric Bieniemy and say he was
Who
gonna
did? I
I
don't think
know
either of us did.
no, but I'm saying a lot of people like when he was
Most people did, yes.
when all that stuff was coming out about him being too hard on players and blah blah, all the rumblings from in Washington. And I mean, it looks good. Sam Howell, 27 for 39, 300 yards and 2 tutties.
Let's
108
go.
quarterback rating.
You
Like
doubted me, Spinny.
Sam Howell. I'm giving Eric Bieniemy that credit, not Sam Howell. Sorry, but
okay. So
Eric
Sam,
Bieniemy
okay.
gets that credit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's like Brian Daboll gets the Daniel Jones credit. Brian Daboll gets more credit than Daniel Jones for Daniel Jones. It's
so
just there's some cases.
2 games in, Mahomes has been struggling. Was that all Bieniemy then, or what?
No, Mahomes is a different animal. Let's be real here.
Yeah, I used that logic for a second.
No, but I said some cases. Mahomes obviously is not one, but Daniel Jones and Sam Howell definitely.
Whatever, dude. All right, whatever.
Even a little bit of Tua and Mike McDaniel. I think there's a little bit of that going on with that as well.
There is a little, but that one's not as much. Come on,
not as much.
But there is
the Daniel Jones one is the most glaring.
That one, the McDaniel Tua one's a little more low key because I feel like most NFL fans haven't really grasped how good of an offensive coach Mike McDaniel is yet. They just assume it's Tyreek. You know what I mean, though?
Or what?
Yeah, but they just see Tyreek. They see Jalen Waddle. Like, they see these guys. They're like,
I know, I get it. And especially people that don't watch Dolphins games. But I love the Dolphins, so I watch a ton of their games, and they are like McDaniel is just as much to credit as anything else for that offense. That's why I was so scared for them for getting Jonathan Taylor. Because then, like, if they have a power run game on top of those 2 guys, that's when it would get real. That's when we're talking 49ers level amazing team because they would be unstoppable on offense.
For sure.
Sorry, I went on a little tangent there, but
yeah, we did. That's okay. Panic meter. We are now going to discuss where teams should be on this panic meter. Most of them are obviously 0-2 that we're going to be talking about here. Before we do that, Spinny, I want to very quickly get your opinion on this man's Puka Nacua. What do you think of this dude just coming in and destroying the league? 25 catches in 2 games.
Yeah, he's balling. I mean, there was talk before the season about him being good. I mean, obviously not this good, but like he was,
Right.
flying up boards in fantasy leagues and different stuff, especially right before season started. But yeah, I definitely didn't expect this. And yeah, but they have the
15
target
catches
share. They
against
have
the
the target
Niners.
share.
You know what? It was funny. I'll give Bill Simmons credit for throwing this out here. He was joking, obviously, but he's like, makes me wonder if Cooper Cup was just a system receiver and McVay can just literally make anybody look good with the target share.
Stop. You don't actually think that. Stop it. You can't win the Triple Crown and be a system receiver. I'm sorry. It's not a thing. It's
That
not a
doesn't work.
thing. Not a thing.
That
Not
doesn't
when you
work.
win the Triple Crown. Like,
Okay.
come on. Holy shit. What are we
I
talking
know.
about?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. Panic meter. Let's start with the Vikes. We got to. 0-2. We could talk about the Chargers next since we faced the 0-2 team. Where should the Vikes sit on the panic meter? Should we even be panicking at all?
I mean, we're about 50%. We're pretty. If 0 was 2-0 and 100 is just, the most panicky, we're sitting at like 50 to 60%, I feel like. Because this is a must win. You don't make the playoffs when you go 0-3 in the NFL. It's not a thing that happens. So
Maybe the better question would have been who between the Vikes and Chargers should be panicking more coming into this week 3 matchup?
it's the Chargers because the AFC is so much better
It's the Chargers,
and
yes.
their
100%.
division's way better. So it's
Yeah.
obviously them given those two things. But
It, if the Lions and Packers lose and we lose, like we're still only one game back. So
yeah, we're still one game back at this point. So, and
yeah,
we haven't played a division game yet. So
exactly. So Chargers probably basically the
yeah,
same,
Chargers are on
just
the
a little.
75% train because
Oh,
like
even more. Okay, 75. I thought you were just going to say about 62 for them.
no. They're above us because the AFC is how many? There's 11 playoff teams. It's 10 playoff teams in the AFC, so it's just crowded.
All right, let's go to another NFC North team, the Bears.
Panic.
Panic. This
100.
is full blown
The
panic
the
here.
highest level we can get. Your
You got
quarterback
your
called your coaching staff out to
multiple
the
times,
media, and then your
twice,
DC resigned in the middle of the week.
literally.
Dumpster fire.
What is going on in
That's the level
Chicago,
we're at
man?
right now.
We love seeing this though, as
I
Vikings
don't
fans.
love it
This
for
is
Justin
amazing.
Fields, but
I love Justin Fields. I'm a Justin Fields truther. I'm Spinny.
give him a
That's
real
what you sound
coach.
like,
He's had a defensive coach
dude. Stop
his
making. Let's
whole
stop. Let's
career.
stop.
What do
Let's
you mean
stop.
stop? He
Don't
couldn't see
stop.
the field. That was
You're
his
this dude.
biggest thing. Put
You're
him with
being this
Shane
dude.
Steichen. Put him with anybody. Put him with Kellen Moore. Put him with anybody that knows what they're doing. Matt Eberflus is
You're being this
terrible.
dude right now, Spinny. Stop.
What? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm
You're
wrong
being
about everything I just said. Tell
you're
me that
being
I'm wrong.
you're being the dude who continues to make excuses for this guy who can't throw the ball. Spinny, 60% of his passes are uncatchable. Uncatchable. That is the stat. 60%. He sucks. He sucks. That's not the coach's fault. And if he's saying that, he's a terrible leader because he can't accept playing. He puts it on others. That's the person who Justin Fields is, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that that's not really the best look, and I do agree with that.
He's not worried about Caleb Williams, about this draft class.
I mean, he probably wants to be traded. Honestly,
Let's flip it to Justin Fields now. Should he be panicking?
yeah, he should.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
should want to get traded, and maybe that's what all this is for.
That's true. I didn't think about that. Maybe he's forcing his way out, yeah.
I don't
Could
know,
be, I
but
guess.
I'd take him. I know you wouldn't, but I'd take
On
him
the
over Kirk
fight.
right now. Yeah, 100% would take him over Kirk right this very second. Give him to me.
Dude. That is a brutal take.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. He's so bad. Spinny's never gonna be good. He sucks. It's terrible.
Alex,
Terrible.
I
Just because he
cannot
can
wait
run.
to play that segment right
Why?
there.
Okay, but like, I can't wait to play this. You're the one who just said you'd rather have him over Kirk.
I did.
Oh my gosh, dude.
With KOC, with an
Okay,
offensive coach that
you.
knows what he's doing?
So that's just gonna magically be able, like he's just
Yes!
gonna magically hit
Look at the
receivers now.
quarterbacks with offensive coaches. Quarterbacks with defensive coaches are not good in today's NFL, or not productive, or their team isn't good.
There's a difference.
Why isn't the Chargers made the playoffs? Their coach is terrible.
Okay. So Justin Herbert still putting up 4,500
Yeah,
yards.
Justin Herbert's putting up better numbers. You're right. But okay, imagine Lamar Jackson without the Ravens and Jim Harbaugh. Like that's what I think this is. Lamar Jackson goes to a different organization. I don't think it's the same result.
I'm just saying, all I'm saying, I get what you're saying, but you're telling me this guy who's 60% of his passes in the NFL are actually uncatchable. You think this is just all the coach's fault. That's what you're saying.
No, I don't.
A new
I
coach
don't.
is
I don't
magically going to be able to improve his accuracy. The dude cannot throw a ball.
I don't think this is all the coach's fault.
He
But
sucks.
I think Fields is a quarterback like Lamar and like Cam, where at some points in their career, especially early on, you had to put them in situations where they could be successful. Lamar didn't drop back, 5-step drops and throw the ball. Like he didn't, like you have to design an offense and have a guy smart enough or a person smart enough to design an offense that is successful for your quarterback. And they've had 3 years to show me anything with Justin Fields, and it hasn't been there. And part of that is on him for sure, but part of it is not on him.
We'll see. I can't wait.
We'll see.
I can't wait. He is so bad. I can't wait till he's on a new team. It just proves it again. He is garbage. He's Bob. He's not even top 20 quarterback in the NFL. Not even close.
I think
He's
he
bottom
still
third.
has top 15 potential.
I wouldn't disagree with that. I'm saying right now
Oh.
he's bottom third QB easily.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Okay.
I can't disagree.
Bengals.
No,
No, they did this
Bengals.
last year.
Yeah, Bengals early season is always weird.
And Burrow's still
Burrow's
hurt.
not Burrow's
Yeah.
calf is not 100%.
He's probably good chance he doesn't play this week.
Yeah. So that's why you can.
Okay, well, what about
guillotine leagues?
What about Ravens? They've been playing so well.
Have they? Oh, you're coming around now. The Ravens have been playing well, huh?
They have been playing well, but you're the one who's out here acting like they're like for sure the best team in the AFC. That's basically what you've been saying. Okay. Anyways, they could be 3-0, right? What if the Bengals are 0-3? Then they got to have some sort of panic, right?
Then you're getting worried. I'd put it at about 20% panic right now because 0-2 you got to have a little bit, but they probably jump to about 50 to 55% panic at 0-3 because again, good division, well, ish, and the AFC. Plus, then the Ravens are 3-0. Then you're 3 games back of your division lead in week 4. That's not good.
Yeah. All right, let's. I'm gonna group together these last 5 teams because they're all not good teams. Broncos, Pats, Texans, Panthers, Cardinals are your other 0-2 teams. Out of those teams, which team should be panicking the most? I would think it's the Pats or Broncos because I feel like those 2 teams had more of expectations this year than the other 3. The other 3 knew they were going to be ass.
Yeah, they want to lose. Yeah. I'm not.
So there's no panic for Texans, Panthers, Cards. They knew this was going to happen. They don't care. They're just going out there and competing every week.
Both terrible divisions, terribly hard, obviously. Both hard divisions to win.
We talking Broncos, Pats?
Yeah. Pats also have the Cowboys next week. So, if they lose this game, that's real bad. But the Patriots play the Jets, whom they absolutely own for literally our entire lives. So, and Mac Jones is still better than Zach Wilson. And Bill Belichick coaches circles around Saleh. And the defenses are pretty equal. So in my head, I'm definitely taking the Pats in that game. So I think their likelihood to win is probably a little higher than the Broncos, who have to go to Miami and play
And they're
in
losing.
September hot at Miami.
And they're losing, yeah.
Yeah, and then my 10-7 Broncos take is pretty much.
We tried telling you, man. We tried telling you.
It's pretty much gone if they
telling you.
lose this game. Yeah.
All right, let me ask you this question: which of these 0-2 teams do you think is the most legit? Like, could make the playoffs? Like, which team? I feel like the easy answer is obviously the Bengals because I feel like top to bottom they're the most legit team. I do think probably in terms of making the playoffs, it'd be the Vikes because I feel like just because our
Bengals,
division's not
Chargers,
good.
Vikes are the three. Bengals, Chargers, obviously in the AFC, way more hard teams. So, yeah, those.
I trust the Bengals. Yeah, I trust the Bengals roster more than Chargers, so I put them ahead of the Chargers for sure. And then it might be the Vikes. It might be the Vikes just because of our division and the NFC as a whole.
Yep.
We could win the division going 9-8 potentially.
Yeah. Our division is way worse, and if we could just not turn the bleeping ball over every 5
we'd be 2-0.
seconds, we'd be 2-0.
Literally.
Like, our offense has looked good, and our defense has looked like
we believe.
I am firmly in Brian Flores we trust at this point. Like, we're going to get burned over the top. I already knew that. We already all knew that. Harrison's lost a step. The corners are mid. We knew this. But the changeup and the stops that Flores gets on third down because he's willing to take some risks are way more worth it compared to just letting him take 10.5 minutes and drive the field.
The adjustments, man, it's awesome.
Yes, we're changing.
I was saying that this morning on the
Al We're rushing show. 3. We're like, obviously our run defense is not anything to throw home about either, but
clearly. Oh man. My gosh! All right.
This is a must win.
Flip side of these, which 2-0 team is the most fraudulent?
One of the NFC South ones, probably Desmond Ridder, whatever team Desmond Ridder is the quarterback of. Yeah,
whatever quarterback. Come on, dude. The Riddler, dude. That's what
the Riddler.
Let's go.
Stop it. You gotta you gotta at least throw like 3,000 yards to get a nickname. Like, if you can't throw 3,000 yards in a season, I don't think you get a nickname. You know?
Come on, man.
I mean, come on. Like, I feel like Andy Dalton's like the lowest tier of nickname quarterbacks. Like, if you're not as good as Andy Dalton, you don't get a nickname.
Yeah. What about the Commanders? They're probably the same level as these NFC South teams, huh? Eagles and Cowboys, I don't like that division, man.
I don't like that division either, but their defense is legit.
It is, yeah.
And apparently Sam Howell's kind of okay. So, they are fraudulent probably too, but I just have a little more faith in them.
There's 8 2-0 teams this year. Last year there was 6. Last year all 6 2-0 teams made the playoffs. So we'll see what happens. All right, let's jump to week 3, huh?
Yep.
All right, week 3, y'all. For this, we're going to go through every game. We're going to give our winner and just quick reason why. Obviously, we both took the 49ers. We knew there's no chance in hell Daniel Jones going on the road in primetime and beating the 49ers.
No.
Everybody in America picked 49ers, and they're up 17-6 at halftime.
Yep. That one we don't
Colts at Ravens. Ravens 8.5-point favorites. This one's there's no upset coming. Ravens playing too well right now. Lamar will eat this defense up.
Agreed.
Titans at Browns. 3.5-point favorites. What do you got on that one? I feel like this is gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be
going.
I'm gonna go with coaching here. I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
So you're going Tennessee.
Yeah.
On the road.
Derrick Henry?
You trust Vrabel, man, for sure.
I do.
Over Stefanski, no doubt about that. Yeah.
And Deshaun, I don't. Are we ever gonna see it again? or is it done?
That was a terrible game by him this past week,
Because
man.
this man's throwing it 7.5 yards out of bounds. So on
Not
fourth
even
down,
close, dude.
not even remotely like I don't know. I don't know. But he worries me.
There's a number of players questionable for both teams. Mari Cooper, Zadarius Smith headlining for the Browns.
Yeah, if you get Noah Amari, Noah Zadarius, and Nick Chubb out, like I don't love that.
Yeah. No, I'm taking the Titans in this one too. I think Broncos at Dolphins. We already kind of touched on this one. I think both of us taking the Dolphins. Too high powered of an offense, a defense that hasn't really been performing as well as we thought the Broncos D would maybe. Um, in terms of offense for the Broncos, I just don't think there's any shot they put up the same amount of points as the Dolphins, right?
No, not in Miami in September either.
6.5 point favorites for the Dolphins. Patriots at Jets, divisional matchup here.
Pats are winning
Two and
this
a half,
game.
2.5 points favorite for the Pats on the road.
Pats are winning this game, man.
Zach Wilson, 3 turnovers incoming. Pats D is too good. They're going to
Belichick
crush.
is too unbelievable on defense to allow their offense. Like they're gonna play 8 men in the box a lot.
Yeah.
And they are gonna stop Dalvin and Brees. That's gonna be goal number one, and they're gonna make Zach Wilson beat them.
And as we know, Zach Wilson can't do literally anything under pressure. So, Bills at Commanders. This is an interesting game to me. Bills -6.
If I'm a bettor, I'm hammering
Right?
Commanders +6.
That's what I'm
Like
thinking.
that's
too.
a big number. Especially too, you can play the change the odds, change the line situation, and if you can get them to even like +7, +7.5, then you really can hammer them at that point. I think I'm gonna take the Commanders. I think Josh Allen might beat turnover machine Josh Allen this game.
That's fair. I'm taking the Bills. I think he's just going to continue his good play from last week. They kind of got things rolling. That big 38-10 win against the bummy Raiders, obviously, but that was a big win for them. I think they keep it rolling. But yes, obviously, for the Commanders to win, it's going to be Josh Allen thinking he needs to be a superhero every play and turn it over 2-3 times. That could definitely happen. Falcons at Lions. I mean, you already know who the hell I'm cheering for in this game, but the Lions are favored by 3. This is gonna be tough because obviously the Falcons, they need to establish the rush game first. They're able to do that, they can win this game, right? But
This
do you
game
think they can?
I do think they can. I'm gonna take Detroit though. I think it's close.
I think the air raid beats it out. I feel like they put up too many points early, and then Desmond Ritter needs to try to come back, which ain't happening. I feel like
if Bijan goes off early in Algier, if they get that shit rolling early,
right,
it's anybody's game though.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna take Lions, but barely. I kind of like that 3 point spread. That's probably where I could see it set. Saints at Packers. Again, another one you already know who the hell I'm cheering for. Packers 1.5 point favorites. Saints D has looked ferocious so far. Do you think they're gonna cause Jordan Love some problems? Aaron Jones likely not to play again.
No,
How
Aaron
does that
Jones. I
impact
heard
the game?
Aaron Jones likely to play.
Oh, he practiced today then. Huh?
Yeah, he did.
So he had
He
a
did.
Okay.
He did practice today.
We love that for my fantasy team though.
I'm gonna take the Pack at home. I think the Saints. It's about time they lose one.
Yep, I agree. Derek Carr, he's gonna have a couple turnovers in this one on the road. Texans at the Jags. This is one of your squads, the Jags this year. You're taking them, I'm assuming.
Easy money sniper Jags at home. This is like
8.5 point favorites.
38-17 Jags.
Ooh, no, it's not. No, it's not. I'm hammering the 8+8.5.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you aren't. Stop.
380 pass yards, 31 points put up. CJ Stroud is going to cook that Jags.
You think they're going to score 31?
No, I'm just saying that's what they scored last week. He's
against the
380 yards. Colts D is pretty similar to the Jags. Both are doo-doo.
Have no faith. Come on.
Hey,
we're gonna be riding.
I said I'm taking that line.
Oh,
I'm taking the Texans.
Oh, do you think it's going to be a one-possession game, huh?
Yes. Divisional matchup. Jags played absolutely terrible last week on offense. They're going to continue to kind of struggle, I think. Stroud's going to continue to surprise people. I was not a believer, but he looked so freaking good last week. Unreal.
The afternoon slate now is kind of mid. Very mid slate in the afternoon, the 3 o'clock games.
Well, next is the Vikes. Are we
Oh, I
taking the
forgot.
Vikes? I'm
I
taking the
forgot
Vikes.
about the Vikes. I'm taking the Vikes.
I'm yes.
Taking the
We're
Vikes.
winning this game.
Yep.
What do you make of 1 point favorite at home? So
I
we're
get it.
2 point underdogs on neutral.
I get it. Chargers probably more talented roster overall than
I
us.
guess. I
So,
guess. I don't know if I really believe that, but
yeah, I understand it, but the Chargers are like the only team that like Vikings more than the Vikings. So like I just actually have faith at beating them like in a close, cool situation
they're
because
definitely the Vikings of the AFC.
yes, they
Definitely.
are 100%.
100%.
100%.
All right, now we into the afternoon games.
All three of
Yeah,
these games suck.
these
Like
are
two of them are going
terrible.
to be giant blowouts, and one of them is going to be the most boring like 15-9 game you've ever seen.
Seahawks putting up more points at 15 on the Panthers. Come on.
Yeah, I mean this is Seahawks, Cowboys, Chiefs, though.
This is no doubt about it.
Yeah,
Which
Panthers
which
at
team,
Seattle.
which 0-2 team stands the best chance of winning, do you think? That's maybe the better conversation we should have here. Panthers, Cardinals, or
Patriots.
Bears?
Oh, Panthers, Cardinals,
No,
or
I'm
Bears.
just out of these 3:30 games.
I guess the Cards because they're at
I don't
home.
even want
I
to pick one. I don't
guess
even want to pick one.
I'm gonna say Cards with no Trayvon and at home, but like
They
I
don't
just
force turnovers. They force
Bryce
sack
Young
turnovers.
likely not to play Sunday, so it's looking like
Andy
Andy
Dalton,
Dalton.
man.
Yeah, so Andy
You know,
Dalton
like,
at Seattle, no shot,
that is a brutal place to play.
no shot.
All right, let's go to prime time.
This should be a fun
Steelers,
one.
Steelers at Raiders. Raiders 2.5 point favorites.
Taking the Raiders.
Really?
Yeah, I
I'm
think
taking
at,
the Steelers.
I think at home the Raiders are good, and I think the Raiders offense is now this is not grammatically correct, but I'm gonna say it anyway. The Raiders offense is more better than the Steelers
More
offense
better.
than the Steelers defense is the Raiders defense. If that makes
Okay.
sense. So like
Yeah.
if we compare offense against offense, it's like this gap. And if we compare defense against defense, it's like this gap.
You really think so?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I like the Raiders offense. I think it's good and productive for the most part.
I
Jacobs
don't.
and Jimmy
It's
and
pretty
Devontae.
good, but Jacobs, in terms of production this year, Jacobs has been terrible this year,
Yeah, but the
and
Steelers
Jimmy's been
offense is
really mid. Jimmy's been really mid.
Kenny Pickett might be
He's terrible.
he might be worse than like Josh Dobbs. Like he might rather give me Josh Dobbs at this point. Like I'm exaggerating a little bit, but like man, he's looking at out of the league pretty soon unless something changes.
So is Justin Fields.
No, he's not.
You'll see.
Justin
Monday.
Fields. Oh, you want to take who lasts in the league longer, Pickett or Fields?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't? You don't want to take
No.
that? You sure? You sure?
No. You were getting my text that Brown Steelers game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was not happy with the quarterback play, to say the least.
And apparently
Two months.
Najee's not good anymore.
Najee just sucks, yeah. I don't know. He's terrible. I don't know what's going on.
That makes no sense. 0 sense.
First 2 years, I was like, okay, it's got to be the O-line because they're terrible O-line, and they still are. But
But he was good, right?
you know what I mean? You have to take,
Yeah.
it's not all the O-line. He's terrible. He is. Jalen Warren he's going to take his spot. It's happening. It pains me to say as a Bama fan. Another Bama running back bust.
It's either boom or bust.
You know what? I can't remember who said it. someone said that they think Najee's like Trent Richardson, and I was like, holy shit, that might be right because Trent had one good year right away, but his yards per carry were pretty low, but he had still had 1,000 yards and like 12 tutties, and everyone's like,
Yeah,
okay, he's gonna be good. And same with Najee, and nope.
that's
I
wild.
hope that's not it.
Me
All
too.
right, Monday night,
Monday night.
2 Monday night games again. They always do that in the beginning of the season. Two and O teams in the first game, 6:15. Eagles going on the road to face the Bucks, 5-point favorites. I think this one could be interesting early, kind of like how the Vikes Eagles game was. And then I would assume the Eagles are just going to get rolling and get this thing done. I'm taking the Eagles on the road.
Baker can't have 3 good games in a row.
He
Okay,
can't. That's impossible.
that's just not
You're right.
a common thing to happen, especially against the
Yo,
Eagles D and that pass rush on their interior they're going to get. Bucks
yeah,
exterior O line is good. Their tackles are good.
are
And they,
amazing. Yeah,
and they have Ryan Jensen, so that would help. They do have a good center, but their guards are their weakest 2 positions. So I do worry about that. I'm taking the Eagles. I just don't, yeah, like I said, Baker can't have another good game in a row. Rams, Bengals. I'm taking the Bengals to right the ship finally. Unless caveat of if Burrow doesn't play.
non-participant today at practice.
Okay, I might be taking the Rams then. I
And he's
think.
been playing really well, man.
I know.
Holy moly.
And Bengals without Joe are not good.
They're not going to be good. Who
And
is even the backup on this team?
hmm,
I honestly don't know if I don't
Brandon
think I know.
Allen comes to mind, but that could be totally wrong.
I actually have absolutely no idea. So
Yeah. Um, you think the Bengals could win this game without Joe?
oh my god, we
Jake
got
Browning.
Will Greer and Jake Browning as their other two
Yep.
quarterbacks. Sheesh. What'd you say? Sorry.
I said, do you think the Bengals have any chance to win this game without Burrow?
No,
Okay.
it's in LA, right? Am I
No,
tripping?
in
Oh,
Cincy.
it's in Cincy. That might change some
I
things.
know, it does.
That might change some things.
Cincy's favored by 3, so it's basically a toss-up neutral site.
Here's the thing, though. I still think yes, they've made improvements these last 2 years. The Bengals O line is still not very good. I don't know how either of those two QBs are going to do when Aaron Donald's breathing down their neck.
Yeah, I suppose.
Geno Smith felt that in week 1.
Yeah.
He literally they have him on film yelling, "Oh my god!" when he turns and sees Aaron Donald like right next to him, and it was so funny. And they caught it like on the broadcast mic, so like even if
Really?
you're if you're watching live, you heard him say that. He was like so scared. He's like, "Oh my god!"
I mean, don't really blame the guy.
Yeah, so like that's why I'm taking the Rams if Burrow doesn't play. But I agree with you. Bengals right the ship if Burrow plays. Jamar Chase finally gets going for my fantasy team, please. And T.
Jamar,
Higgins keeps going after this last week.
people trying to say Chase is as good as Jefferson last year. Absolutely hilarious.
Bro, you got people that still fully believe that Jamar Chase is better than Justin Jefferson, even right now, today.
No, they don't. Really?
Oh, I've seen analysts say that. Yeah. Bro,
Okay.
Keyshawn Johnson, remember?
Yeah.
The top
How's
five
that
a
looking
couple weeks
for him
ago.
right now?
Yeah, that's why he lost his job.
Sheesh.
All right, I think that's it though, Spinny. That was some good talk there. You got a Q&A for me?
Do you got one for me?
I can come up with one. I had one in mind,
All
but I
right.
had to pop up the games here.
Let's hear it.
Let's just pick winners. We don't even need to discuss the games. Ranked matchups: Colorado, Oregon, college football. Oregon at home. Yes. Utah or UCLA at Utah.
Utah.
I'm taking Utah again. Ole Miss at Alabama. I'm taking. You know what I'm saying?
Ole Miss.
You taking Ole Miss? Of course you are. Another ranked matchup: 14 Oregon State at 21 Washington State. I'm taking the Beavers on the road.
Taking the Cougs. The Cougs, baby.
Okay, here's where we're different. Okay. Great game, maybe the game of the week. 6:30 p.m. Saturday. Number 6 Ohio State at number 9 Notre Dame. I'm taking the Fighting Irish. I hate to say it. Even though I obviously don't like the Ohio State, so I guess I shouldn't really care, but not really a Notre Dame guy. I know CFB Mike is going to be watching that game for sure.
I like Notre Dame better than Ohio State, but Notre Dame always chokes. So
Ohio State
we're gonna take Ohio
on the
State
road.
on the road.
Okay.
Even though I don't believe in their quarterback.
Big Ten, number 24, Iowa at number 7, Penn State.
Penn State. Iowa sucks.
I'm taking Penn State too. That's your last ranked matchup. There you go.
We got
There
a
you have
Gopher
it.
game this week.
We do. We play Northwestern. We're like
Oh.
13-point favorites on the road.
That should be a nice dub for us.
Oh, it better be. It freaking better be.
Right now, you're starting up your team. CJ Stroud, Anthony Richardson, and Brock Purdy. Who are you taking? Those are your options.
Oh man, this is tough. Brock's last. I'm sorry.
What?
Brock Purdy starting my team with?
No way. Brock Purdy's last?
Spinny. I'm not starting my roster with Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Trent Williams, Nick Bosa. I could keep going. Kyle Shanahan. I don't start my career with those guys on my team. So I got to go the more athletic players, dude. I got to go the higher upside. Stroud and Richardson both higher upside than Purdy. I don't think that's deniable. Is it?
I'm just testing value for Brock Purdy. That's just what my whole season is going to be, just testing value for Brock Purdy.
Well, I need to hear how you value him then.
I think I think this guy could be like, man, I can't. We're gonna reserve the right to wait till later on my Brock Purdy opinion because I asked the question to you.
What? You have to give an answer too. Come on.
Okay. I think like Carson Palmer level quarterback is very much in play. And I think potentially like Kurt Warner level is in play. So
could maybe see that.
That's why I mean Brock Purdy would be my number one in this. I know that's probably a wild take, but that's why I brought this up.
You're really taking Brock Purdy over Richardson and Stroud?
Yeah, I think so.
If you're starting your team today and you don't have all the other 49ers players on your roster.
Okay, I'll give you the question in a different frame and see if this changes your perspective. Who do you think is going to have a more successful career? Brock Purdy, CJ Stroud, or Anthony Richardson?
That's tough. I mean, the answer's got to be Purdy then, right?
Okay. So you are still sane. Just making sure.
Starting my team, I got to go upside.
Yeah.
But, yeah, if we're just talking about career-wise, yeah, I mean, it's got to be Purdy. He's on the 49. He's on a good team, a good franchise. The other two are not. So. All right. Well, I actually got part two.
Oh,
I got another quick one for you.
We're extending it.
I also just thought of another one. So you cannot name Caleb Williams or Drake May or your man Bo Nix. Hell, I'm even throwing in Shadur Sanders because he's obviously been so hyped. Who's another quarterback you're looking forward to enter the NFL class this upcoming season? Because there's an unreal amount of good talent coming in.
Michael Penix is the next guy.
Michael Penix, yes.
Yeah, he's the next guy on my list there. But he's kind of, I don't know. I get a little bit of Graham Harrell, Colt Brennan vibes from Michael Penix. So I don't know.
I can see that.
Bust as well.
What about Jordan Travis? You think he could be good in the NFL?
Jordan Travis is what school again?
Florida State.
Yeah, I think he has potential. I haven't watched enough of their games to super comment on him either.
Yeah, me either. I do like Michael Penix, though. I've watched a lot of Washington since last year. Love their offense. They score so many freaking points. It's amazing to watch college football. Quinn Ewers, that'd be the other one. Do you think he's going to be any good?
No. Accuracy issues?
This was like the highest rated quarterback.
I know, but it's just...
Isn't that nuts, though?
And it's not even. There's just something about him that's off. I don't know what it is. I can't like put it into words necessarily, but I just don't love the vibe that he gives. I don't love what I see from him.
That's fair.
I don't know
Fair.
why. What's
All right.
what's the third one then?
What do you mean?
You said you just thought of another one too, so you might as well throw it out.
No, no, we're
Oh,
good.
that's the
We're
end.
good.
That's finally the
Yeah.
end.
I
How did
want. I
you
wanted.
like get the coffee here already? You
Maybe I'll ask you off air, but
all right.
with
All
all these
right, Hardy's and
brutal takes
Hardos.
you've thrown out here today, man, I don't know if I need to hear any more of your takes tonight.
I can't wait to be proven right
All
on
right,
all.
y'all. We appreciate y'all. Hey, check in with us, man. We didn't even tell them our BS spiel in the beginning. Drop likes, comments, subscribe, all that, please,
And
please.
if,
We
and
love
if you
y'all.
live in Iowa, come on out to Wartburg College this weekend. Watch us
Oh, okay.
with some dubs.
All right. Let's see it.
All right.
All right, y'all. We appreciate it.